And the Dalai Lama?
The Dalai Lama, obviously. I think the fact that so many of us can hear the wisdom in his words. I asked him when I met him what role meditation has to play in political activism and so forth, because the intersection of spirituality and politics has always been, I'm called to that conversation. And I asked him, and he said, in order to save the world, we must have a plan, but no plan will work unless we meditate. So those have been meaningful words for me, deeply meaningful words for me. He also, he said the other day something about how humanity made this problem. He was speaking after the attacks in Paris. He said humanity made this problem, so you can't just pray and call to God to fix it. Humanity has to fix it. On one hand, he's correct that obviously that humanity created this. God didn't do this, we did. But my view, my understanding of prayer is different than his, because as I pray and asking God to fix it, I'm not asking for God to intervene between the law of cause and effect. God is not going to change the effects if I'm not willing to change the cause. But in praying, to me, we are asking for the divine intercession from a thought system beyond our own to actually change our consciousness so that we do change on a level of cause.
Do you meditate, and have you always meditated?
I have not always meditated. I've always had a spiritual and religious fervor, even from when I was a little girl. But do I meditate? Absolutely. And I think that it's the most important issue on the planet right now. Not the most important issue. I think it is the most important tool that we have for personal and global transformation.
I think it becomes more relevant these days because there's so many ways to occupy your mind.
And distraction.
Yeah, and you can have it now at any instant. Whereas back in the day, you might have to, walk home in silence.
That's so true. We are living, there is an assault. Modernity is an assault. We all are receiving through the internet and so many other sources by which ultimately meaningless stimuli is bombarding us all the time. And we've lost perspective, and we've lost, your point is so well taken. It used to be just the walk home. The fact that you didn't have a cell phone, so there were times when people couldn't reach you. So the lack of reflection, the lack of, the other day, you were talking about that 8-minute talk of mine that was all over the internet.
Yeah, felt like 25 minutes.
Oh, thank you. I read on the social media, some woman wrote, she gets to her point at 6 minutes, 41 seconds. So spread the word so that people don't have to waste their time, can go right to 6 minutes, 41 seconds. Well, on one hand, I thought it was odd. I thought it was funny what she thought was the point. But beyond that, you can't even watch 6 minutes. People have such a hard time sitting, listening to someone for 6 minutes. And we make mistakes when we're moving too fast. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Humanity is moving too fast. We're not thinking deeply. We're not reflecting. And because of that, we're not communicating deeply. We're not sharing. Even an experience like you and I are having here, because the phones are off and we're not going to do anything else. That's why I think a conversation like this is a service, and thank you for having me.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonrealacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media login and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonrealacademy.com. So click on the link below, you'll be directed there, and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.